Hey everybody, it's PB here, and I'm back with another review. This time for Supergirl, Season 5, Episode 3, Blurred Lines. And she was definitely blurring all of the lines because is she a good person or is she just doing things to curry favor? Who knows? Anyway, episode starts off with a girl trying to hook up with a doctor in a club, and the doctor was going to meet with the evil reporter that started working at Catco, but the doctor decides he's going to hook up with some random girl who has a bunch of spider tattoos all over her body. Apparently these spider tattoos are some super meta spider attack, and the spiders come out of her skin and attack the guy, and that sets up the villain of the week. And then we cut to the next day, and I don't know, Carl was talking to Jimmy about something. I don't know. She was just standing there in a dress, eating some donuts, looking fine. That's all I got out of the scene. That was all I really cared about. I have no idea what they talked about. I was just watching her eat some donuts, and then, yeah, that was pretty much it. And then they cut to Lena down in her super secret lair. I guess it's not really secret. It's just where she keeps her secrets. And they show us her assistant who she uploaded the bot to last time. And she's super creepy now. Like the way that the AI works inside of her, it's Freaky Friday. It's weird. There's some weird stuff going on. And as the day continues to start, we go and check on Brainy and Neonhall. And apparently, Brainiac was being way too soy with all of his sonnets, and she couldn't take it anymore. And that overloaded his programming, so he just walked out. He's like, oh, you couldn't handle all of me? I was giving you all of me? And that was the end of it, and he took off. So then Kara finally gets to work, and they're pitching stuff for the day, and all of her things get knocked down. All of her great ideas, they're like, no, we're not doing that. We want to get clicks. It's all about clicks. And the evil reporter man sitting across the table, she thinks he's all nervous or anything, so she uses her X-ray vision to check on his heart as a lie detector. And it's just pumping right away, going like a madman. She's like, oh, he's hiding something, so she's going to continue to follow him. But apparently, while she's following him, Jean Jones wants Neonal to warrior revive his dreams or his memories through a dream, because then it's more natural, so it's not going to hurt all of the weird Martian chemicals in his brain. I don't know how Martian physiology works. I'm not an expert. I have no idea. But we finally get our first interaction with Kara and Lena Luthor, and they're just having some type of brunch. I don't know exactly what it is, but Kara's trying to curry favor with some international food delivery, so, just like a speeding bullet, just takes off to get some scones from Italy or some biscuits from, I don't frickin' know where. It's a bunch of frickin' European food. She brings it over and she's like, oh, this is great, She's making all this effort in my direction to make me feel like her friend. So Lena takes that as a sign like, oh, I can manipulate her into doing exactly what I want her to, and what I want her to do is get some of Lex's journals from the government. That's exactly what I want. And she goes, oh yeah, just to, help you get over it, I can absolutely get the journals from you. What the hell, Supergirl? Now you're breaking into government facilities? That's ridiculous. You gotta be kidding me. Unbelievable. Anyways, we move past all that foolishness, and Jean's brother hurt the other Martians because apparently when he was born, he was defective, and all of his Martian powers didn't work the way they were supposed to, so he has all kinds of mental issues, which is a problem when you're a Martian. It's a serious problem. And apparently the biggest religious nut is a hypocrite. And that's his father. Because he always says, hey, we can't be doing these kinds of things, but he was the first person to turn on his son. It's real disappointing for him. So he learns that truth, and then the Martian Manhunter is sad. Oh no. But then we go to the DEO, and Carr tells Alex about wanting to steal the journals. And Alex is like, you can't be doing that. You can't be taking government files from people. That's ridiculous. You can't be doing that to people. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be Supergirl. You're supposed to be that shining light on the hill. I mean, Superman's not even on the planet. You can't be doing that stuff. She's like, you know what, Alex? I need to help my friend. I'm going to do it anyways. And she convinces her, because apparently these women are the rule breakers. They gotta break all the rules just to help their friends. So that they decide that's what they're gonna do, and we go back to Jean and his dreams. Apparently they're affecting Nia. I don't know exactly how, like she's seeing all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know exactly what's going on. We're not supposed to know what's going on. It's supposed to be a little bit of a mystery. And then they, move through that pretty quickly. And then we finally get to the point where Supergirl is interacting with the villain of the week. And she gets webbed. She gets sticky as a motherfucker. All over the place. And it's hilarious. And Guardian gets hit with one of her ridiculous frickin' spiders that come out of her skin. And he gets infected. It's not good. But thankfully, Lena has some type of advanced technology that's able to pull the spider or the elements that got put into him that are poisoning him out of his body, and boom, pulled that sumbitch right out. It actually looked pretty cool, It wasn't some El Cheapo stuff. They must have spent a little bit of time on that. It looked pretty good. And Guardian had to help his friend because she was in trouble. Because Supergirl is apparently in trouble when she's fighting some little girl with super spider meta powers. I didn't realize Supergirl would be in trouble with that, but that's what he said. He's like, I had to help Supergirl. Of all of the people to help, you had to help Supergirl. There wasn't anyone else in the city that you could save. Wasn't anyone else in the city that you could help. You had to help the strongest fucking being on the planet. Are you kidding me? Jimmy Olsen. Unbelievable. What a ridiculous reason to say. But whatever, apparently that's what they're giving us. So Jean is actually the one who wiped the memory to save his father from the apparent suicide. His father was so distraught about what happened to his son, he was going to kill himself. So Jean, way long time ago, a few hundred years on Mars, decided, hey, I'm going to wipe everyone's mind so that we don't have to deal with this. And then we get to one of the best parts of this episode, and it's fucking Rudy. Rudy. He shows up to get his brain scanned. I don't know why, but apparently he needs to get it scanned. He had to figure out, the brain scan is going to tell him, and by him I mean Sean Astin. If you didn't understand what I meant by Rudy, it's Sean Astin. Like, I know not everyone knows him as Rudy. That's what I'm always going to call him until the end of time. I'm not a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. They're good movies, but he's always going to be Rudy to me. He needs a brain scan. He thinks things are going on up there, but whatever. I have no idea what's going on, and, we just kind of move forward. And then Supergirl has to do a terrible, just fucking terrible bug pun. Like, she needs to leave the puns to somebody else, anybody else, that would be wise. And Rudy is him. Whoever him is, the hell, I don't know. Like, that's what Kelly says. She goes, oh, you're him. I don't know. I don't know who him is supposed to be at this point. I have no idea. I'm confused just like everybody else. But apparently this spider gun that sucks the tats out can suck them out at a distance as well. They take it to this meta bitch and they suck all the spider tats out of her. And then some random fucking shadow comes along and stabs her. Boom, dead. Over. That's the end of her. I was like, oh, well, I guess you don't have to worry about getting rid of, somebody in the jail system because she's gone. Got rid of her power and then got rid of her. That sucks. And then come to find out, apparently, Rudy, the entire time, was Jean's brother Malefic. I had no idea. Like, who would have thought that a green Martian was going to make himself look like the shortest football player that ever graced the football field at Notre Dame? Ridiculous. Didn't see it coming. I mean, and Rudy ran real good. And then apparently the contacts that Kelly has with the Q waves gave her some link to Rudy. So now Kelly has to leave because apparently this mind is linked. They're linked together, and having the mind link, if they move her out of state far enough, their minds aren't going to be linked anymore. Like, he can't track her. Like, I don't know how the mind link works. I have no idea. They don't explain it at all. We're just supposed to accept it. Okay? Just accept it. Everyone accept it. The mind link is broken when you get past the distance of 50 miles. Boom. That's it. That's the number. Or, maybe it's 500 miles. They don't tell us. They don't tell us shit. We just gotta pick a number and roll with it. And then, whatever. But Mia tells Brainy to knock off the soy. He can't take the soy anymore. It's too much. She's smothering him with all of the soy. There's way too much soy from one android from the future. You would have thought that they would have learned from, the early 2000s, from maybe, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, that, having all that soy spilling out of you is not a good thing. But apparently, they can't read history in the future to understand that having all that soy in you ain't gonna work. And he did not appreciate it, and he was like, boom, nope, not dealing with this at all. Just get out of here, and that was it. But apparently, Supergirl, in the meantime, after, she beat the villain of the week, she decides that, yep, I was going through with my plan, and here's the journals, Lena. I got them for you. Now, you will be able to, move through all of your, issues with your brother, work through closure. Apparently, reading a journal of his is going to get you closure. I mean, is Supergirl intentionally being dense? I don't know. I have no idea. What I do have an idea about is that Jimmy Olsen is taking Alex's girlfriend away. Because you gotta get past that 50 miles, or 500 miles, or 5,000 miles. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's 50 feet. I have no idea how far away they gotta go. They gotta go all the way to the next city over, apparently. She's gonna end up taking them, I don't frickin' know where, just far enough away to get out of range of this mind link. Because their minds are linked. I don't get it. But we gotta accept it. And apparently Lena wants to do some freaky mind control things with the Q waves. That's the whole crux of her thing with the journals. She needs the journals to perfect the Q waves so that she will be able to, I don't know if the plan is just to control superheroes, or if the plan is to control everybody, or if the plan is just to control the people at the highest ranks of government. We have no idea. All we know is she's got some sinister look on her face at the end of the episode, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. Overall, the episode, is mediocre. It's a Supergirl episode. You know what you're typically getting yourself into. I found it amazing. Some people didn't like the soy. I mean, how is it that that girl didn't like the soy? You would think that of all things she would like the soy. But, let me know what you guys think about this particular episode down in the comments. And, is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? Are any of these plot lines going to get resolved this season? Are they setting up more interesting things to come this season? Because it didn't really set up anything for the crisis. Not that much. So, let me all know what you think in the comments section below. This has been another review from PB. So until next time, I bid you adieu. If you are enjoying the content, please hit subscribe and ding the bell for notifications. That way you will never miss an upload by Pop Culture PB.